Can we do some vibe checks
On what?
Justin Fields?
I'm actually
I'm
satisfied with him.
Me too.
Yeah, I think that the athleticism and he shows up, dude.
He's tough.
Nothing's
Oh, he's
changed
tough as
since
nails.
the post game.
Yeah.
We did immediately after the game. Look out for those. They're on the radio feed. I'm sure you guys have seen them if you're subscribed. If you're not, I highly recommend subscribing to this show because that's the fastest way to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's changed for me. But I agree. I think he's played better. I think he played better the 2 weeks before that than he did last week. However, like beside those 2 errors hurt, but
Yeah.
I still think he's trending up,
I would agree.
even if the arrow is.
He just has no help.
So I don't care about the Monday night game, like win or lose. I will say like a convincing win would be kind of cool to rub it in and be like, oh,
Yeah, well,
like I would spin that into like I told you they're back.
Yeah.
Told you guys. Like
Yeah.
I'd be fucking chirping Boston people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like 313 yards in the air.
Like Dante would be getting the
something,
worst
yeah.
version of me.
I
Why,
brought
you want
all
some?
that up for
You
a
want a double
reason.
barrel rip right now?
What, the
I'm a
Parent
big
Trap?
vape guy. I really
No.
just like the gummies.
I like smoke in my lung.
Yeah.
The Parent Trap, or what was in your mind?
I
was asking on Justin Fields because
Oh, the vibe check.
the vibe check.
I'm very in on him, Dave. How are you?
I think he sucks. I mean, we can talk about incremental improvements. Like, hey, he's not good. He has not been good. Like the little Bears fans, a lot of them are clinging on to like inching away from what he was in the first. He still hasn't been good by any means. He hasn't had one good game this year. And I saw this stat. He's Seth Walder. I don't know who he is. He's the ESPN analytics nerd. That's in his bio. And he's got the highest sack rate. It says Justin Fields' high sack rate is mostly on him, not the Bears' offensive line. Fields' astronomical sack rate comes despite a strong Bears pass block win rate, and he has only been sacked 5 times under the median sack time. So median sack time is 4.29 seconds for all drop-back passes throughout every team in football right now. He's only been sacked 5 times under that number. So he's holding on to the ball way too long, and he's still not.
See, but
Maybe these guys aren't open.
This is why it's.
But we've seen different clips of him getting sacked, and guys are
No,
open.
I mean he definitely holds on to the ball too long. That's
How can you say otherwise?
now? How much is that? How much of that data?
I hate when people take something like that and make an ironclad opinion because there's just so many variables.
Where's that data from?
ESPN's
Which games?
analytics.
Which games?
All games combined.
Because
Every drop back of every team this year.
I truly do feel like he's done a better job at that the last 3 weeks.
This is where he is.
And I feel like the Lions been worse. Like he's been under pressure.
But that's what I mean. Like I
Yeah.
feel like he's like learning, like he's got to pull it, and I think that's resulted in him having more rushing yards the past 3 weeks. But didn't he break 100 last week?
Well, he had like a
2 weeks?
60-something yarder, right?
No,
Yeah. He was
Yeah.
close.
yeah, he was at
88.
43 before
Yeah.
he broke that big one off.
I think he finished with 88.
Oh, but just how about him battling? I don't know. I just feel like he.
No, he's tough as
He
nails.
takes a fucking
And I
beating.
wish he was good, obviously. I just don't think he's it.
I want to. October 19th, 2023. I'm excited to circle back on this conversation because I do think you're going to have to change your tune.
I would be fine with
I think
that.
he's going that
I
way.
do
I
too.
think he's
All right.
definitely going up.
Well, regardless,
Franchise quarterback
Okay.
Yeah.
this way?
Disregardless, irregardless, or just regardless?
Hold on. Tell me what you have seen in him that makes you think he's going to make that jump. Because
The
I
fucking look in his eye, Dave, and nothing more than that.
No,
and I don't
like
need to go to
Carl's high.
anything more than I fucking sit there and I watch and I think, this is the guy. This is how I feel about him. I don't give a fuck. 4.29,
I mean, we
6.69.
watched you
I'm just
suck
saying.
off Mitch Trubisky for
Yeah,
5
dude.
years.
Mitch, where you at, dude? He just beat Tom Brady. Not a good time to bring that up.
He did or the Steelers
Here
did?
we go. Here we go.
I think the Bucks beat themselves.
Okay.
They're in a lot of trouble.
I mean, this
Yeah.
guy, he'll never get a shred.
Yeah, I think we've seen some flashes of like big time arm talent. He's a great
we know he's got all
athlete.
that. We know he's got that.
He's tough as nails. I mean, I don't know how many more things you need. I'd like to what?
He's
Those are three
had-
great foundations: arm talent, athleticism.
He's had 18 starts now, I think.
I
And
think
he
it's
hasn't.
still less than a full
No,
year.
it was 17. It's either 17 or 18, I want to say. And he still has yet to throw for 300 yards in a game.
That's all
They're-
right.
the
All right,
Bears
we're
are
just
a
not at a
bad
point
team.
where we're going to be doing this. We're just
But
not
we
at a
s-
point with Justin Fields where we're doing this right now.
Well, I mean, it's going to
How
be a
can
week
you
to
not?
week
That's
thing.
the only fucking thing there is to talk about. We
Because-
know they suck.
He has started 16 games.
Every time they line up, Dave, every time, run the ball, control the clock. They're not taking the field right now and being like, all right, dude, go fucking light it up. They will one day, I think, with Justin Fields, take the field. They'll have some weapons around him, and the game plan to win will be like, just fucking go out there and bury these guys. That's where they have to get to.
Yeah.
So they're not doing that right now. And once if they get to that point, and it's like, yeah, dude, he's not putting up 300 games. He's not doing shit. But right now he's fucking, they're.
And to your point, like about Mitch, like I was never a Mitch guy. Going back, there's tweets from draft night. Like I just never saw it. I never saw it at North Carolina. I think there are enough flashes where you watch Justin Fields that's special.
Of course.
So you just have to and you look at guys like Josh Allen, who like people wrote him off, and then
I don't like arguing exceptions to the rule though. Josh Allen's definitely an exception to that rule.
Well,
if
like I said, we can circle back a year from now,
and I have no problem
we're gonna
doing
keep
that.
circling back week after week, so who we can?
But I don't want to have this. Is he the guy?
Yeah, next week it's
week.
like wait, yeah, but we have 51 more.
But that's how it works. 1 week you might change your tune very fast.
I will let you guys know because for right now, like I think I've seen enough to be like, all right, like let's have like some faith and let's see what he does with some weapons, and as he develops, he's still whatever. It's way too early to be like make a declarative he stinks.
I think he's
gonna keep getting better. He's that type of guy. He's that type of athlete, dude. He's gonna adapt. He's a professional.
We're not talking about athleticism. Everybody knows.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying he's that type of athlete person. He's that type of competitor. I think he's gonna continue to get better. The more exposure he has to the highest level of competition, the sharper he will get.
I'm looking at his game log right now. He's got 1 game over 200 yards passing right now. And I know he hasn't had help from his receiving core. His running backs are actually awesome, or his offensive line, new coaching regime, all that. There is nothing that he has done outside of a flash or two that has said, this guy is the future of the Chicago Bears. Not one thing.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed to hear this because I think if it was a baseball player, like you wouldn't be looking at his fucking like OBP from
that's true
through the first couple games. You'd be using your eye test. You'd be looking at a bunch of shit that you see.
This is a season and a half.
It's
I don't know. Last year with fucking
starts.
Nagy, come on, Dave.
10 starts with Nagy.
Okay.
I mean, rookie year in a dumpster fire.
Mitch had Nagy. Mitch had a 6 touchdown, no pick first half against Tampa Bay Bucks.
He also had a lot more talent too. And like I there's a stat where it's like the Bears have spent, I think it's $30 million less on offense than the team that spent the 31st amount on offense. That's like
I understand that.
So then like you can't
cut him some fucking slack.
Yeah, right.
He's got all the slack he wants. My opinion doesn't change anything for anybody. I just don't see it. And I'm not the only one out there. I know that.
That is true.
I'm not. And I've seen this movie before with the Chicago Bears. I've said that 1,000 times.
I think the biggest adjustment is obviously the speed of the game. And he's always been faster, and he's always been able to fucking slow it down at Ohio State. No, like the throwing lanes and all that stuff. There's going to be an adjustment period, dude, where he's got to realize I can't do this, I can't do that. And he's going through this without weapons. That's just temper all of it. You can be disappointed. You can want to get more from him and expect more from him. He definitely puts himself out as a leader. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, no,
he
done
says
the right
tremendous job, I think.
Regular season stats right now. He's 63 of 115 for 869 yards. Stop shaking your fucking head.
Because you're reading off numbers. It's
Shut
short. People
up.
can't follow this.
Yes, they fucking can.
Then read it slow then. Don't just...
He's 63 of 115 for 869 yards, about a 55% completion rate with 4 picks and 5 interceptions through 6 games. If he had like a 58% completion rate with 7 touchdowns and 4 picks over the next 6 games, are you considering that improvement? Because I don't.
I'm not looking at it like that.
What are you looking at?
If he threw 1,000 yards or 800 yards or 1,100 yards.
So
I told you at the start of this. But when I look at him play and I go, this guy's making
to me.
He makes.
Eventually, he's got to be
plays,
the guy.
man.
Eventually, he's got to be the guy.
You got to have like the hockey stick thing. Eventually,
he was very close this week to winning the game for us. Very close. He didn't. Very close though.
Mm-hmm.